What is happening? What is up? This episode is all about the guys toting the rock. That's the running backs for NFL Week 6. Here are my favorites. Let's go. The first guy on the board is none other than Josh Jacobs. If you have watched my other videos, you know I'm a big fan of the Green Bay offense this week. Josh Jacobs faces the Arizona Cardinals in Week 6, a team that is struggling against the run, ranking 28th in rushing yards and touchdowns allowed. I have Josh Jacobs projected for about 78 rushing yards and 0.86 touchdowns. That's just under a hair for those not great with decimals. I do think there's a good chance he gets into the end zone this week. I like the over 67.5 rushing yards. The rush attempts line is 15.5. Take that line. I like the over for that as well. I think he gets a good, healthy dose of rushing attempts this week against that Cardinals defense. The next running back I'm targeting in NFL Week 6 is Chuba Hubbard from the Panthers. I'm projecting Chuba to get about 74 to 76 rushing yards on 16.3 carries. I also expect Chuba to get a little work in the receiving game. I anticipate he receives about 3 to 4 catches and gets about 24 to 28 receiving yards for NFL Week 6. He faces an Atlanta defense that is allowing the 4th most rushing yards in the NFL this season. Despite the offensive line missing a couple of key players, Atlanta's defense cannot tackle. Therefore, I like Chuba to exceed this 63.5 rushing yards line. The next guy on the board is a guy you might not think I'm targeting, but shame on you. Tank Bigsby has absolutely lived up to his name the last 2 weeks. The guy has gone for 90 and 101 rushing yards the last 2 weeks and has looked absolutely dynamic, clearly outpacing ETN in this backfield. In Week 6, I think he's set for a solid performance against the Chicago Bears. ETN is still banged up with that shoulder injury. I expect him to easily exceed this 39.5 rushing yards line. And if you shop around, you might be able to find it at even better odds. On the season this year, Bigsby is second in yards per carry and first in yards after contact. The Bears defense has struggled against the run, allowing 4.79 yards per carry and ranking 23rd in rushing touchdowns allowed. Hint, hint about that anytime touchdown. I'm projecting Tank to at least get 50 yards rushing this week and sprinkling on that anytime touchdown. Now, those are the running backs you should be targeting in the NFL for Week 6. Hope you guys like this new video, this new format that I'm going to be putting out weekly. And remember, bet smart and win more.